Alright, nerds, welcome back to another WoW Wednesday. Today we're just going to do a quick one because I'm tired. And we're going to be ranking the expansions because I want to. So first off, we'll start with Classic, and we'll put that as B. Been playing a little bit of a hardcore Classic, back when I was younger, had more free time, whatever. Didn't have so many responsibilities, so much stuff to do. I would have gone to town on this. I didn't actually start playing until Burning Crusade, but with Hardcore Classic that I've been playing, I notice how kind of bare bones it is. It's just like a lot of killing, and I know that's still the game, but there's a lot more to do now than there was back then. It's like if you didn't want to raid, there's no point in playing the game. So, but we've got more classes now. It was just getting started, so we'll put it B tier as like the benchmark. Burning Crusade, it's going to go into S tier. It's when I started. Have a lot of memories with it. They introduced new races, so that was pretty cool. It always confused me why the Blood Elves were part of the Horde until I went back and finished Warcraft 3: The Frozen Throne, then it made sense. But, talk about going out hard or, making the first expansion crazy good. What do you do for the first expansion after you explored the original land? Oh, let's take a portal to space. Why not? So that was pretty cool. All the zones being, deconstructed, ravaged. All that, and getting your flying mount was a huge thing. And I remember going there and just looking up into the sky and seeing all the cosmos. It was pretty cool. It's fantastical. Wrath Lich King, Voodoo. Arthas as Lich King is one of the best villains in any sort of fiction setting ever. My brother actually got this for me as a gift. I remember playing it early November when it first came out, and not only I didn't actually go to the Howling Fjord. I started off in the Borean Tundra, and my first time playing it, it was also snowing outside too, so it really fulfilled the whole experience. Love Halloween, zombies, all that kind of stuff, so the atmosphere is there, fighting the undead. I don't know, it hit all of the right marks for me. They brought out the Death Knights as a new class. You're going through their starting quest line and you're just killing innocent people. It's crazy. So that's why that's up there. Where's Cataclysm? Cataclysm's alright. It almost felt like I was playing a Spyro game kind of thing, or Crash Bandicoot or something, where you got to go to the water area and help them out, and now you got to go to the Mount Hyjal, which ends in the Firelands, and help them out. Then you got to go to Deepholm and help them out. It's very element based, and that's right up my alley. But something just felt off. I was in a very weird time in my life where I had no direction, so all I did was play it. And knowing that I was playing WoW in my parents' basement on a laptop in a fold out table, I don't know. It was just it was fine. It was just a weird mental state for me. So I always when I think of Cataclysm, I think about that, and that's just, I don't know. So whatever. All right, what do we got next here? Mists of Pandaria. I'm actually gonna put into A tier. Cataclysm. They got rid of the talent. Well, they reworked the talent trees. They only got one every 3 levels, and it was super awkward. Mists of Pandaria made it a little bit better, where they just kind of gutted it, and then you got one every 10 or 15 levels, but it was a big either utility thing or a big powerful spell or ability, whatever. Not a fan of all the pandas running around, but a lot of the zones were beautiful. Always made me want to eat some Chinese food, honestly, but it's pretty cool. It's really when they started to take their art team. I mean, the art team is always good, but they really knocked it out of the park with the zones. I remember the Jade Forest was really pretty, but it's just all the pandas running around, and it wasn't I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was an April Fool's joke on their website once, and then they turned it into a real thing. So I don't know. It's just a little weird. So after that, we go to Warlords, right? Yeah. B tier. Warlords came out right around when I was starting to finish college. It was okay. You know, it's something I played super casually. They tried out some new things. Some of it didn't work, like just unlocking the random abilities while you were leveling up to like 110 or whatever. I forgot what it was. But anyway, it's just like every 2 levels you just got a random ability until you hit max level. That was kind of weird. It's because there was nothing to do. I got really into PvP because there was nothing else to do, and doing Ashran and stuff. I actually got a few cool titles from doing that, like killing enough Night Elves and Draenei and stuff like that. But you know, very basic. And then after that, we got Legion, and that goes right into Voodoo. A lot of my friends came back and played. It's the first time I actually really raided. You know, getting the legendaries was super fun. The artifact weapons I was a big fan of. I still use them for transmog like all the time now. Doing the challenges to unlock the cool skins. People are like, oh, you know, like I like getting a new weapon. It's like, yeah, I guess, but you could transmog it, make it look like something else. You could unlock cool skins. You know, you were always powering up your weapon, so I liked it. You know, Mythic Plus was new, I think, for this expansion, and that worked out. That's still in the game now, so I don't know. I thought it worked out really well. Battle for Azeroth was okay. I think it gets more hate than it needs, but it did start introducing more of the allied races. I know some of them came at the end of Legion going into this, but I associate the allied races more with this expansion than anything. A lot of my main characters are Zandalori trolls because they're just cool. So I can't hate on it too much because they introduced one of my favorite races to play as. Shadowlands is C. Covenant abilities were really cool, you know, and like there was all the guides and stuff saying if you played this spec, you had to do this, but I can tell you any mage I leveled up went to Maldraxxus, whatever those guys were, because becoming a lich was one of the coolest things ever. If they kept they kept some of the Covenant abilities and put them into the new talent trees we have now, but a lot of them they just kind of gutted. Like, you can't be a lich as my frost mage anymore, and I'm really sad about it, and I want it back, so it's in the C tier. And I never want to do anything like Torghast ever again, because that was just cheeks. Dragonflight can actually go into A tier, and I don't know what's going on in the story. I have no idea. I don't care. They got PvP vendors again, all that stuff. But the real reason I like it is because the talents, man. They went so in depth with the talents. You know, you can do all these different specs. You can go AoE, you can go single target. Like, for example, my rogue, the assassination rogue, you can go straight for bleeds. You can go straight for poisons. It's crazy how much you can just do now, and it's just so fun to theory craft and try out new specs, and you can change it whenever, and it's just fun. But yeah, so that is the list, and it's correct, so don't even at me.